And for our final two candidates, we're going back out to my home out here in California. Our first, Christy Smith, is running to flip one of the nation's most flippable districts, California's 27th congressional district, just north of Los Angeles. As a truly effective state legislator, Christy Smith authored 9 bills focusing on education reform, homeowner protections, college affordability, and good governance, all of which were signed into law by Gavin Newsom. She's running against Republican Mike Garcia, who voted to overturn the 2020 election results. That was after just barely winning his district by only 333 votes. That could be the difference between a Democratic House and a Republican House after November, if you ever needed a reminder about how important your vote is. Campaign conflicts didn't allow Christy to be here tonight, but she graciously sent a video, so let's hear from Christy Smith.
Hi, Field Team 6. So sorry that I couldn't be with you tonight. I am traveling up in the Sacramento area for a meeting, but just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for all the work that you do. We knew, sadly, from my last result in 2020 that the ground game really makes all the difference in the world. 333 votes was less than 1 voter per precinct in this contest. And so the fact that we're able to be together again, to be knocking on people's doors, to be doing the hard work of grassroots activism with you guys as part of our big team, we know we're going to flip this seat this cycle. So again, my tremendous thanks to all of you. I so appreciate your support, your partnership, your love, your kind words, and look forward to bringing this home and celebrating with you in November. Take care.
Thank you, Christy Smith. And by the way, for all of those Californians and Angelinos watching and wondering how they can be helpful in that liberal bastion of the state, Christy Smith is the person to help, again, just north of Los Angeles. And now our final candidate, Will Rollins, who is running for Congress in California's 41st congressional district. He is a national security and terrorism prosecutor who knows the stakes couldn't be higher in this election. He's campaigning on creating a modern fairness doctrine in media, reforming our criminal justice system, expanding access to healthcare, and growing our economy. He's running against Ken Calvert, a Trump Republican who, of course, embraced the big lie. Please welcome Will Rollins.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Field Team 6. Incredibly honored to be with all of you. Incredibly grateful for all the help that so many of you have already given to my campaign. As you can see, I am campaigning very hard. I have my entire wardrobe directly behind me in this car. So that tells you that I'm on the road. And I just want to say, I spent the last 5 years as a federal prosecutor, and I entered this race because I believe my opponent is a threat to our democracy. Ken Calvert, like so many others we've talked about tonight, voted to overturn the last presidential election. I helped prosecute some of the people in Southern California who attacked the U.S. Capitol on January 6th. And I did not want to look back on my life and regret not stepping up when our country needed us most. And, as Brian mentioned, I worked in national security, and I originally wanted to do that because of September 11th. So when I was a junior in high school, I walked into my first class of the day, which was Model UN. So that tells you how popular I was. But it was zero period, which is about 6:50 in the morning. And we saw the North Tower of the World Trade Center collapse on TV. And like so many of us, I immediately wanted to enlist in the military. But in my case, there's a big problem. I was a closeted gay kid, still against the law to serve openly in the military. So I knew I'd have to find a different path to service. Went to Dartmouth, took Arabic, thought about joining the CIA, really sucked at Arabic. That's a tough language. So that was not going to be my path. Made it to Columbia Law School and then clerked for a couple of judges and got hired into the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Central District of California, where I got to specialize in counterterrorism and counterintelligence. And I absolutely love being a part of the team that helps protect our country from threats we face from Russia, China, Iran, ISIS, Al-Qaeda. But I was hired in the Obama administration. And what happened after 2016 when Trump was elected? Huge rise in the threats from domestic extremism. So whether it was the neo-Nazis who attacked Charlottesville, or QAnon conspiracy theorists going after U.S. Navy hospital ships because they thought COVID was part of a government conspiracy, and then January 6th. And it was the images from that day that got me into this race. And with your help, we will absolutely flip this seat. For those of you who don't know, California 41 went from a Trump +7 to a toss-up this year, thanks to redistricting. Democrats actually now outnumber registered Republicans. The new district includes Palm Springs. When I'm elected, I will be just the second openly gay guy in the House from California. The midterms are about turnout. I'm the first Democrat in history to challenge Ken Calvert with any law enforcement or national security experience. And I was incredibly grateful to be added to the red to blue list by the DCCC recently. We've set all kinds of fundraising records against Calvert, going back all the way to 1992. And the support from our grassroots organizations and groups like Field Team 6 has just been incredible. So I want to say thank you again. And I am absolutely looking forward to making sure that the people who enabled the attack on the U.S. Capitol no longer work inside that building this fall. So thank you, everybody, and really looking forward to meeting a lot of you in person.
Just restores my faith in humanity that we have candidates as qualified as Will. So again, thank you so much, Will Rollins, and a huge thank you to all of the amazing candidates. Thank you for stepping up to fight in the most important battle of our lifetimes.